So, firstly, boundaries. A boundary is important. Like, should we have boundaries in a friendship?
Yeah.
And after answering that one, if you are to create them, how would you do it with a friend?
Oh, that's an interesting question and kind of tricky. So, boundaries, I think boundaries. I think as you are creating friendships, that's when you start with the boundaries. You get to know the person because as you are friends, tajailana, you won't sit down and start saying, okay, Toko, so my boundaries in it. So if you start taking note, no, it's never like that. So kwa mene ngoja kwa acquaintance, as you are getting to know this person, sometimes they will be verbal, sometimes non-verbal. You just maybe you do a certain thing and then you find that that person reacts towards it. That
You are able to tell that
okay.
she doesn't like,
And you need
or
to
he
be
doesn't like.
good at reading people. You need to be good at reading situations because if you're that person who ignores certain things, definitely it will become a toxic friendship. Because you start finding that you'll be complaining that this person is acting some type of way, or your friend will start ignoring you. They'll start running away from you, avoiding you at all costs, even not picking your calls and stuff.
Yeah.
They
We
won't
all
even
have those people.
Yeah, they won't even account for why they couldn't pick your call
it's just
because
like,
in a healthy friendship, you account.
Yeah.
If your friend did not pick a call, they'll say, "Oh no, I was having
Yeah,
a
I was
time to
doing this and
myself,"
that.
and you don't get offended, But if you're in a toxic relationship, you get easily offended. You easily get offended. You're like, "Why were you not picking my calls?" Like you are expecting so much from this person. So I feel boundaries are set as you are creating the relationship. You talk about it. No, I don't like this, I don't like that, I like my space, I shani. These things. Yeah. So I feel and boundaries are very important. They are very important in such a way that it avoids conflicts
Yes, that's very
and
true.
toxicity.
Because you're not stepping on someone's toes. You know what they don't like already,
Yeah.
so you won't cross the line.
And then it will avoid toxicity as well because the moment you ignore certain things, it will build up and definitely come out in a bad way.
True. So boundaries. I agree with you. Boundaries are important in friendship, in any relationship, really. Because there's boundaries could be anything. The problem is that sometimes we think of boundaries as it has to be a big thing.
Yeah.
But boundaries could be anything. Like there's a certain way of speech maybe that I don't like. Like I don't tolerate that from anybody, so I wouldn't expect that from you also. Or there's a certain way of like being in my space that I don't like. Like especially at our big age. Kumankasha beige at time. You're tired from work, you've been talking to people the whole day, you're tired of your phone, you just want to be sitting in your own space alone. And the person just wants to pop up anytime, anyhow, Just, I think boundaries are necessary, even with like handling of personal items, even with just like, even for example, if we are dating and then like just how the other friend relates with your partner, just like generally boundaries are important, especially kufana kumangati muribenzeru once and more fana, so you behave anyhow. But as big as we are, I think it's good to respect your friend's space, your friend's property. Boundaries is also about like just taking care of, like, I don't know how I can bring this one out, but just also, how as friends we lend each other things or we share so much. Just take care of your friend's stuff. That's crossing a line if you're going to, things that are
Like
misuse.
you're going to be negligent about it.
Yes,
Yeah, if, even for example, since we are adults with homes, in my house, I'll be able to take care of my relish, my food and stuff. Then I go to my friend's place.
Nambo vishtira.
Good, yeah, napesa my fruits, my bananas,
Careless.
my juice. That's not nice.
Yeah.
Like boundaries,
Yeah.
dude.
So it's
You
just
can do things, but to a certain extent. Like, be free, but don't be negligent.
yes. So I think let's not think about boundaries as a big thing only, but just even those small things that your friend likes, pay attention and be one who will respect those things, Yeah. And then how can you establish those in a friendship? For me, I think it's I agree with what you said. As you are building a friendship, pay attention. As you are building a friendship, listen, observe. There are certain times when I would say something to you and you act a certain way. It will show me how you feel about that. And then it's also okay, it's also healthy in a relationship to just tell your friend, like, you never saw cinema Vikonda. Not in an argument, not challenge, just like, you never saw cinema Vikonda, Monday. Or I don't like just anyhow. I don't like that. If you want a program with me, just let me know well in advance. I want to do this. I'll either say yes or no. Boundaries. So just it's how I deal with it is usually as you are building a friendship. Sometimes you don't even notice, but you start to respect a person's boundaries without even realizing it because you've seen it and you're responding to who they are. And then there are other ones that are not always out there that you can say, you can tell your friend, or when your friend does something, you're like, okay, that's why we talked about the basics, communication, being able to relate with each other and everything. If you're able to talk like that, you can easily tell your friend, like, just so boy. So yeah, we should have boundaries in our relationship.
Just as she has said, like, you need to pay attention to each other. And like, we are evolving and we are growing and we are changing.
Yes, true.
Even our values are changing.
Yes, you're learning more.
Our principles are changing. The things that interest us are changing, and you need to pay attention to that.
That's very important, actually.
Believe you me, like, we are never the same person that we were when we met. Like, a lot of things have changed, and me on the other side, I should also be able to communicate, like,
the changes I'm going through, and
because it's not always that my friend will also
be able to see.
Exactly. So we should also be able to communicate on that note, and then the other person should also be willing to acknowledge the fact that you have changed and not entangle you in things that
you are no longer into. Yeah, I get that. Like, that's a very important thing. Especially in my friendship, my years, you have to be friends for a long time. You find that maybe the things that I used to be okay with then, I'm no longer okay with them. I'm just like, maybe I was more outgoing, now I'm less outgoing. And you should respect that also.
And I think it's hard, like you have said, that a friendship, like, which you've been in, like, over time, like, for a long time, 10 years, 12, it's so hard for you just to put it out there, like, no, this, that.
Hey, you've changed.
It's hard for you just to put it out there, like, dude, I'm not that person.
I don't like that anymore. Sorry. Anyway, so that's that on boundaries. I think this one connects with boundaries. How like, maybe we've tackled it a bit, but I'll still say it. How do you tell your friend that, like, okay, I don't vibe with that anymore? Maybe we used to say go out every week. I am no longer into that. I'd rather go out once a month. Like, there are times when it seems like wambosama, or like, how would you tell your friend that your interests have changed? I think we've kind of answered it, but I don't know if you have anything more to say about it.
I think we've tackled it a bit, yeah, I think those are the hard topics in friendships, and it's really, really hard, especially like friendships that have been there like 10 years, like, over time. Vima Vuta, like, for you just to, like, and like, those are the things that, especially if those are the things that used to
connect over a lot,
bring you together, it's hard because it's like your friendship, and your friendship has to change.
It's
like it's a damn thing, you know. Like you need to. That's why you need to evolve together.
Yeah, you know,
need to evolve together, to grow together. That's just
it
how
makes
it is.
it
Friendship,
easier.
yeah, even relationships. That's how it evolve together.
mzako wachinja akula yeka wosalirira.
The moment your friend remains or your partner remains behind,
possible the friendship will die.
Even like you're moving at different levels. It's
Different wavelengths.
That's
you can't mingle.
bad. Like even understanding just becomes
difficult,
and you start thinking this person is not there for me.
I think
or
that's even how we lose friends. Like,
yes.
there are friends who we've been friends with, but then we just don't click anymore. Why? There's something about me or about them that has changed. And there isn't that,
because you've outgrown it or you've just evolved. And it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a bad thing. Growing is not a bad thing. Only that you need to communicate.
Yeah.
And if not, okay, you need to communicate. And also you need to evolve together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to, teamwork. Grow
Also,
together.
on the same, I think it brings me to that thing for, people sometimes, like you said, it's not a bad thing sometimes, ngati, were you saying like sometimes ngati mwenda muko like, what I want to say also, it's sometimes it's not bad to lose friends. Like, I think this is one of the hardest thing. There are times when we people have stayed in a friendship that's dead. It's just there by name, but we force it. Sometimes it's okay to accept that, okay, we are no longer those people we used to be. We are no longer like that tight or that. It's okay. There are some friends that I had in high school. We were like, would vibe and all that. But at this point, maybe some of them, I don't even talk to them anymore. Or, it's just hi, hello. There's barely anything to talk about. It's okay. It's I don't know how best I can put this. I don't want it to sound bad. But I think as we grow sometimes, there's certain things maybe that we are changing about ourselves. There's certain things maybe that we are letting go of. And maybe that friend is still into that thing. And if we stay like tikakumana, we are not clicking. There's nothing to Chimveka, it even feels heavy, like this thing is really forced. But we are just there. Like, it's okay to accept and just leave it be, And then also, on the issue of, my point is about to run away from me. Yeah, on the issue of, bring it back to the question, being able to, how do you tell your friend or how do you handle feeling different about the things you used to do together? I think you said something about this, like how, as you are growing together, you need to be able to, like mukulira pamoja, and then if not, I think in a healthy relationship, you should be able to say if you don't like something anymore. Like, I should be free to tell you like, okay, I've stopped vibing with that so much. I'm not the only friend you have, hopefully, Some people don't have one friend. But like, you can do that with other people who enjoy it. And they don't even have to be your friends. They can be just people who you laugh with and whatever,
Like, who you're connecting with.
Yes, so I think it's also about being bold enough to tell your friend, and also about me as a friend being a good friend enough to understand the place in which my friend is. Unless if I'm telling you I want to stop doing something good to start doing something bad, that's different.
Yeah, and like, was it last week I had a conversation with this friend of mine to say sometimes we make a mistake of putting one person, would I say bottle up everything? Like, you want one person to be everything.
Yes, to be all your friends.
Yes.
That's a very important thing.
Yeah. But you need to understand, like I said, you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
What she likes, we connect on that level. Maybe I might connect on academics with another person, and we click so well. And sometimes you find that there are colleagues at work that you work so well with, and you enjoy work, like it's not even work, like it's not that stressful. That person, we are also connected. The person is my, would I say work friend? Yeah, something like that. So you find friends in different situations. You might, at work, we call them colleagues. at at church we call them church mates, but we still dress it up as friends. So we have different people that we connect with at different levels and different areas in our lives. And it's so unfortunate that sometimes you try to
put all the people in one person
together and just
only God, not me.
You want to talk to them about your relationship, you want to talk to them about work, you want to tell it, like, you know, there's just so much that you can do better. Like and you know, it makes life easy, because sometimes your friend won't have the answers to everything and another person would answer them better, and when your friend answers it you feel she's not being there for me, because
but and
then you feel like where's anani yake bwino, although she wasn't there for me shani, but just because that person sometimes we maveka nayo ngo yanka but you need to be there for your friend wazira.
I like what she said. We want one person to be our everything. Like, it's okay to have a very close friend, a best friend, that one person who you can just tell everything, okay? But like, you don't have to, that person can't be everything to you. You know, like, there's this one thing that someone very important to me has told me before. It's okay for you to go and talk to other people that can be like of better help to you than I can be in that area. It's okay. Like, you don't always have to expect me to be the best for you in, like, I hope you get it. If you don't get it,
forget about it.
Anyway, like, don't also over congest, overuse, misuse, abuse. I don't know what word I can use, but like, sometimes it's also toxic to require so much from your friend also. Like, you can get different things from different people. Like, there can be that one person who's like super close to you, but like, you feed from different people because of different levels at which you relate with them,
and still you come back to that one friend, like your
you
person,
still come and tell the story
and tell them everything.
But you don't even have you have to be helping you for academics. You have to, like, if there's something that they genuinely can't manage, they can't. And it's also being a good friend on your part to acknowledge that, because you're relieving them also.
And then you understand your friend to say, okay, okay. So that's also you being a good friend to say, you actually understand and know
that
them.
one is a boy. Okay, so another thing is, let's talk about toxicity now. Some signs of being in a toxic friendship, like,
I think,
that toxic human they can mean sometimes, but like, okay, what shows you that like this is unhealthy, this person is not good for me, and like some of the things that you can use. I think from how far we've talked, even yourselves there, you are answering, you know, like
even from the discussions that we've been having and the answers that we've been giving, it's been coming out. So signs of toxicity or unhealthy friendships. Miscommunication, not being able to communicate, and the other thing is not understanding your friend.
Like, I think maybe not understanding is broad. Maybe if we say not making an effort to understand someone. You know?
Like, you only want to there's this friend of mine, like, when we have an issue, we'll definitely table it down and talk about it. And sometimes there's a point that she wants me to say, do not try to make me you and make me like you understand me on your point of view. No, understand me as me. And try to understand the
What I'm trying
message
to
I'm trying
say.
to put across. And that's like a deep level of friendship. Like you need to be able to understand them from their point of view and get it as it is. Don't interpret it as tabo.
Yeah.
No, interpret it as the person
You will
that's
respond to
communicates
them
to
better
them.
if you get it as what they're trying to say.
Yes. And just don't get it to just hear like this person is making sound. Understand it fully. It's better you don't respond there and then, and try to assimilate what are they trying to put across. And if you don't really like get it, ask for clarity so that you may understand this person better. And it's better like that when you ask for clarity, because it shows that you're actually paying attention.
You care enough.
Yeah, that's how you grow. And if the other sign of toxicity, when you have a misunderstanding and then you just let it slide, just sweep it under the mat.
No, it will become a kasaka.
Ijamaa tizafika na better handle it.
And dear Ija, muka na friendship yama setting, ya passing to my subliminal, tuja, like
wakambako waka trying to hint at kapena azaya nka then muyanke myanjozi yanka. You know, that's toxic.
Yeah.
When you have a difference, if you can't talk it out like then at least mwapitishapo ntao even 2 days, but not a whole month or a whole week. Handle it as soon as possible. Because I prefer like the same thing, if anything. So that chisankale pamtima, I love healthy relationships and friendships. Like I hold friendship dear to me. I don't have a lot of friends, so the few friends that I have vikalubana. Nishizakamba na bandani. Hey, tikadwala chizankala. So like fix things and be willing, be willing to fix things and just make your friendship healthy. Healthy friendships are beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice to have people in your corner who are just for you for real.
And able, like even when you know that this thing has happened, like you're able to come out and just talk.
And that's just the best friendship you can have, where chikalubana, you're like, I can still table it, I can still say,
like this person won't
not
take
if
offense.
Now if I say.
And don't be defensive. Be willing to also acknowledge when you're wrong. That's one thing I've learned from someone here. Like they told me, no, don't be defensive. Like I was defensive, like 100%. Like every time someone would tell me something, even at work,
to prove yourself.
Yes, even at work, it's something that I had to be willing to work on, to say, I should be able to just sit down, listen.
Yeah.
No, say like members would respond. Like every time you ask them a question, they'll first start with awe, and then dude, awe, no, me, guys, just I'm okay.
Yeah.
This you did this and this and that. Okay, if anything, you need to take time, meditate on what the person told you, and acknowledge. Okay, I accept I did this and this and this. I'll do better. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you stronger, and it just improves
your friendship.
It's really healthy. Healthy friendships are nice.
So for me, I think I'll just try to answer it with one thing. I think toxicity starts from just thinking about self. Like where you are always number one. Selfishness in friendship will always lead to an unhealthy friendship. And then just an unhealthy friendship, let's just take it back to what we said friendship is, the things that should be in a friendship. If there is no proper communication, like she said, there isn't that love, you're there for your friend and shani, it becomes unhealthy at a point. So just for me, just a way of doing things that only considers self, or mostly considers self other than the other person, that's where an unhealthy friendship for me starts from. because when you consider your friend, even the way you act will bring us back to a good friendship. You'll be caring, you'll be there for them, you'll support them, you'll value them. Anything that's good that you've come across, you want to share with them, like just like that. So it doesn't even have to go far for she's toxic because she insults me. No, she may never insult you, but she only cares about what she can gain from you. That's unhealthy. She only cares about the friendship if it's going to benefit her, not both of you, Shani. It's okay to benefit something from your friend. That does happen and that's okay, but let it not always be like that.
The benefit.
So for me, it just starts from because you're not a selfishness in friendship.
She can see a red flag. So now reciprocity. This word is just so hard. Yeah. You need to
being able to reciprocate in a friendship.
That's very important because if you don't reciprocate, it becomes a burden.
Yeah.
It becomes a burden on your friend. You can't carry two people on your shoulders alone.
Yeah.
Like friendship is so nice if both of you are putting in effort.
Yes, we can go effort.
So yeah.
So I think that's it. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Overall, like friendship is a beautiful thing, and there's no such thing as me. I just like being alone. No, guys, friendship is beautiful. Just be intentional about it and deliberate about it. If you don't have a friend, please find a friend. Everybody needs a friend.
Use some of the things we've talked about to make a friend.
It's important.
It's also good to be willing to open up. Just because people have disappointed you before, you've had some horrible friends, this is a place to start. Try to take some of the things that we've shared. I think they make some sense at least.
I'm one person who never had friends. I only started having friends when I started work.
Cool.
Like,
sure.
Imagine. Like, yes, I have my high school friends. If you see this, you're my friends. Like, you're still my friends. Like, they've been my friends over like 10 years. Like, they're actually my sisters. They don't even qualify to be my friends. Yeah, but overall, and I realized the importance of
being
friendship.
Intentional about making friends.
And don't give up easily. Friendship is hard work. Just like the way married people say at it's a hard work. Like everything. That's like she says that everything. We are relational human beings. Yeah, we are relational beings. So it's hard work. Friendship is hard. Sometimes you even feel like, maybe this person I should just I shouldn't talk to them and
it's
stuff.
not always going to be smooth.
Be intentional. Like you are willing. Like for this friendship. Vijavera Makamba die hard. This is my die hard friend. Those things are real. Like you'll be like, okay, come what may, I'll be here for this person and I'll be willing to work on this friendship. Yeah. That's how it is.
And whatever you look for in a friend, try to be that person.
Yes.
I think it starts there. When you're able to reflect good energy, people are at least able to pick up that good from you. Just don't let your environment dictate the person that you are, but let God dictate the person that you are. Like let goodness dictate the person that you are. Don't be wavered by because this person is bad to me, because my friendship because people they betray me, they lie, they what. No, don't lose that nice heart, that pure heart that you have. Don't lose that good part of you because of what you've experienced or what you're getting from out there. Always radiate that good stuff that you would want.
Yeah. And don't try to impose the idea of friendship that you have in your head on the friendship that you're trying to build. That's also a sign of toxicity. Like, that's not fair on your friend. Try as much as possible to receive the friendship the way it is coming. Just prune out the things that you're not liking. Okay, this no. But don't try to bring the idea of friendship that you have in your head into your friendship. That's bad. Because the other person doesn't have your mind. You don't share the same mind. Maybe that's not the idea of friendship they want. So, yeah.
yeah, so I think it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So thank you everybody for being here today, for listening to two girls just talking.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
So yeah, please keep commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please. That was friends, all of you better subscribe. If you want to see on my channel again, subscribe. Otherwise, take last.
Na papa,
All of them subscribe, they're toxic.
Subscribe ban.
Subscribe ban.
At
Itananan, where I'm Bye. Bye.
Iyo wakaju. I'm not doing this.